Welcome to another Super Deluxe Edition unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at Duran Duran's Future Past, the new album. We're going to look through all the various formats. Now this isn't a review of the actual record itself, there's one of those already on SDE, so the link for our track by track review is on your screen now, so you can click on that if you want to actually read the review before you watch this unboxing video. So what we're going to do now is take a look at the physical packages. Starting actually with the CDs. I'm holding the vinyl, but we're going to start with the standard 12-track CD, which we're going to have a look at. So here we go. This is the normal CD, so not the deluxe CD, and it comes in a sort of gatefold wallet. The key thing with this CD edition is it has the 12 tracks which make up the album. Now this is a point of debate actually. How many tracks does the album have? I thought it was 12 tracks, but the album on vinyl, as we'll see in a minute, only has 10 tracks. So this is the only format, apart from the cassette, which we'll look at, that has 12 tracks. So it's a little gatefold card sleeve. The booklet is fairly perfunctory, so you get that sort of photos there. You get the credits for the album, but you don't get any lyrics in this booklet. It's like an 8-page booklet, so there's not too much going on in that booklet. The CD itself, you can see there the CD is red, and as I say, this is the 12-track version of the album. There's the track listing on the back. There's the spine. It's fairly basic, but it is the standard version of the album. I prefer this to a jewel case. I really like the cover of this record actually. It's one of the sort of strengths of the artwork. But yeah, there's not too much going on with this particular package. We'll come back to the deluxe CD, but let's take a look at one of the vinyl versions. This is the white vinyl edition of Future Past. It's a single sleeve with a spine. It's all very lightweight. There's not that much going on in terms of heavy board being used or even heavy vinyl. So it's a single printed inner, fairly glossy, which is quite nice. There's the portraits of the 4 members. And then on this side, again, a bit like the standard CD, it's credits, but no lyrics at all. And this is the white vinyl pressing. There isn't a black vinyl, as far as I can make out. So white vinyl is the standard. And that's what it looks like. This is very lightweight vinyl. It's actually 130 grams. I weighed it, so I know. It's not 180, it's not 160, it's not 150, it's not even 140, it's 130 grams, which is extremely light. Nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it's quite surprising that in this day and age they haven't produced 180 gram pressing. Now the big talking point with the vinyl version of Future Past is it only contains 10 tracks. Now this is a bit naughty because they didn't tell anyone this in advance. It wasn't on the official store, the track listing, it all said 12 tracks, 12 tracks, 12 tracks. But yeah, it's missing 2 tracks. The 2 tracks it's missing are Nothing Less, which is really annoying because that's an absolutely fantastic song, and Hammerhead, which is also good, but I'm less annoyed about that because it's got a terrible rap in it by British rapper Ivorian Doll. So it's kind of weird actually to have, I think this is the first time there's been a vinyl version of a Duran Duran album that doesn't contain, the full album in quotes. Problem is they would have had to go to a double album for the full record, and they didn't want to do that. Maybe there wasn't the capacity to make that amount of vinyl. There could have been various issues to do with that, but nevertheless that's pretty disappointing that you're missing 1/6 of the album on the vinyl version of Future Past. Now here's the second coloured vinyl pressing. This is a transparent green vinyl, which is exclusive to the official Duran Duran store, and that's what it looks like. It's actually very nice, the green vinyl. I think it's better than the white vinyl, but it's the same weight, the pressing, so don't go expecting anything heavier. Everything else is identical, in terms of the sleeve, and it's still a 10-track album on vinyl. Before we move on to the deluxe CD, there is actually a cassette version of Future Past available exclusively via the Duran Duran store. This is the 12-track version, and it's a green cassette tape. This has to be the worst out of all the packaging. I mean, anyone recognise this? This is like cassette single style packaging, isn't it? Here you go. Come Undone, done in exactly the same style. In fact, a bit nicer because the tape's probably a bit better. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty poor. It's one thing making cassettes, which are a bit gimmicky in the first place, but if you're going to do it, at least put a bit of effort into it. I mean, there's literally nothing on this other than the track listing. There's no credits, there's no lyrics, there's no anything. So, yeah, not really impressed with that. If you're thinking, well, how should they have done the cassette? Well, here's Future Bite, Stephen Wilson. You know, proper inlay. Folds out. You know, that's quite nicely done. And Matt Berry's last album, actually, he took it a step further and sort of recreated the sort of EMI 1970s style tapes. You know, and he had a cassette with a printed label on it, and you know, so that's someone that actually thinks about what they're doing. That is, you know, it's pretty poor, isn't it? So by far the best version of the new album, Future Past, is the Deluxe CD, because it comes in a nice case-bound book edition, and it's the one where they've gone to the most effort. There's lyrics in here, for instance. The booklet is a lot bigger than the booklet in the normal CD. There's more sort of imagery, more photographs, all in the style of. So there's these are the images that are on the inner sleeve in the vinyl, of course. But yeah, you get all the lyrics. This is the only format you get all the lyrics on. And the other thing about this format is it's a 15-track version. Because it's a deluxe CD, they've added 3 bonus tracks. So the vinyl has 10 tracks. The standard CD and cassette have 12 tracks. And the deluxe CD, which is green and not red, has 15 tracks. So the extra tracks, they're not tacked on the end as well, which sort of suggests a fuller album rather than bonus tracks. But the extra tracks are called Velvet Newton, which is there, Laughing Boy, which is there, and Invocation, which is there. So they're the 3 ones, but they're kind of spread out. So I quite like that. I haven't really given it a proper listen yet because I only got this yesterday. But yeah, I really like this deluxe CD edition, and it's quite, you know, it's quite nice in a way that CD fans get something that's quite sort of decent. It's surprising with vinyl being so popular, how they haven't really gone for it with the vinyl versions. Now then, let's talk about signed prints. So there were some special bundles on the official Duran Duran store that came with this 12-inch signed print. I think you definitely had to buy a vinyl to get this. So yeah, it's the 4 members of the band: Simon Le Bon, Roger, Nick and John. There's been a few grumbles about the signatures, but to be honest, I joke about it sometimes. I don't think you can really complain about someone's signature not being good enough. An autograph is just a squiggle, and it's getting a bit much when you start saying, oh, it's not good enough. I think what you can legitimately complain about is if it doesn't look like a genuine signature. If it looks like a print, or maybe some member of the Duran Duran entourage have decided to do it. But there's no evidence that that's the case here. Everything looks good. Pretty good having a print signed by the whole band. So I think, you know, if you're a fan, get this framed. Excellent. There was a version available on Amazon in the UK, which came with a signed art card. Obviously, this is quite a bit smaller. It came with the case-bound book edition, so this was actually slotted in the back like that. So if you get your Amazon CD and it's sealed and you're thinking, why isn't it signed? It's because it's there when you open it. So this is a sort of shrunk down version, really, of the other one. Obviously, they haven't got as much space, so I think you need to give them a bit of leeway on this. Simon Le Bon is SLB, Nick Rhodes is NR this time instead of Nick. Roger is kind of RT instead of Roger. I don't want to sort of start any conspiracy theories. The only slightly dodgy one I think here is the John Taylor one. If you look at that, look at the J. I mean, you either do your signature one way or you don't. It's a bit surprising to see a very different John on the card and on here. So as I say, I'm not looking to start any conspiracy theories, but that is a little bit kind of eyebrow raising, if you like. But anyway, that aside, they're the two signed art cards that are available. I should say there are some other vinyl colours available. There was definitely a lime green from Brooklyn Vegan, that site in the US, which I've actually got coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. There might be another one, I can't remember, but there's a few different coloured vinyls knocking around. But as I said, there's no black version. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at the various formats of Duran Duran Future Past. If you have, why not subscribe to the STE YouTube channel for more great physical music unboxed. Thanks a lot for watching, keep holding the music in your hands, and I'll see you again next time.